Hello, everyone. I'm going to get you to join me here on the chair for our Thursday chair yoga. If you do have a chance to grab yourself some height or some foam blocks like I have, that's great. It'll just help support you in certain poses that we're going to do today. But for today's class, I'd like you to take the moment to just let your breath anchor you in the present moment. I've noticed a lot of stuff happening this week that I'm not present all the time. I'm constantly on this go, go, go motion. And the only way that I can come back to the present is my breath. So I'll invite you to join me here, letting that breath anchor us in. So sitting up nice tall on our sit bones. If you can, have your feet all four corners flat onto your mat. Nice neutral spine. Hands resting on your thighs. And you're gently going to gaze forward and a little bit down towards the ground, or you can also have your eyes closed. So from here, just taking a moment to tune into your body and think of your breath. Nice inhale, exhale, no control. And then next, I'm going to get you to have your hand on your belly. So as you inhale, you want to feel the belly expand. Exhaling and feeling it go inwards. Again, expand. And then sighing it out. So a lot of the times when we're anxious or we're rushing, everything tends to collapse and we only use the shallow breath up in the chest area. I'd like us to try diaphragm breathing, so working on the whole body to allow the body to work for you. So once we're here, we're going to go ahead and start our pranayama breathing, where we're going to inhale for 4, hold for 4, and then exhale for 4. So go ahead, inhale, hold, and then exhale. You're going to do this 4 more times at your own pace. All the while, just feeling your hand lift and fall with your inhale and exhale. So this controlled type of breathing it turns on the parasympathetic nervous system, our rest and digest mode. Instead of increasing our cortisol levels and our stress hormone, where we're usually in flight or fight, I'd just like you to use this breath to center you and to turn that stress level or dial off. So when you come to your last breath here, we're going to start in our neck stretches. Hopefully we can get some circulation into the neck here. So I'll get you to join me. Go ahead and take your left hand and slip it either underneath of your seat or hold on to the bottom of your chair. So nice and tight there. You're going to go ahead and bring your right ear down towards the right shoulder. Continuing that breath through the diaphragm, out and in 3 times. Long and steady. At your last breath, you're going to bring your head upwards. And now now turning towards that right side, you're gonna tilt and bring your chin down to your armpit. Again, 3 steady breaths. Go ahead and lift the chin and center, and we'll do the other side. So bring our right hand underneath. Go ahead and bring left ear to left shoulder. If it helps, you can leave your hand on your belly. Keeps yourself mindful of where that breath is going and to make sure that you're breathing. Last breath, go ahead and straighten, and then tilting towards, looking left, tilt the chin down. Three breaths here. Last breath, coming up and turning center. So from here, we're gonna work into our breath again with a little bit of motion or movement. So we're gonna do lotus arms with a twist as we breathe. So as we inhale, we wanna make a lot of room into our body. So we're going to bring our hands together, pushing our fingers together so it gives a little bit of stretch there. Okay. So as you inhale, coming up, exhale, you're blossoming out. Then inhale, back up. And from here, instead of blossoming out, you're going to turn towards the back of the chair and do a twist as we exhale. You're going to inhale and come all the way back up. And then twist to the opposite side, exhale. Then inhale, back up. And exhale to bring the hands down. So that was 1 round. We're gonna do 5 rounds. So 4 more here. Always following the breath. So fingers together, pushing a little bit here to get that tension. So inhale up. Exhale, blossoming out. Inhale upwards, and we're going to turn as we exhale. Inhale to come up center, and exhale to the opposite side, holding onto the back of the chair to help you twist. Inhale up, and nice exhale, bringing the arms down. So as you're twisting, just a quick reminder, we're not only twisting up at the cervical portion of your spine, you want to get down to the thoracic portion too. So make sure you're thinking of bringing the rib cage over to the side, and that way you're not tensing up the shoulders. So fingers together, number 3. Inhale all the way up. Exhale, blossoming out. Open the chest, open the heart. Inhale up. Extend to the sky, and exhale the twist to the right. Inhale and come to center, and exhale to the left. Inhale, center, and relax the arms down. Number 4. Nice little stretch there in the fingers. Bring the palm together all the way up. Exhale, open the lotus. Inhale up, extend, and then exhale to twist. Inhale to center, And exhale the twist. Inhale to center. And relaxing the arms down. So hopefully we're feeling that there is space between your earlobes and your shoulders as you lift your arms up. Last one here. Inhale, bring the arms up. Exhale, open blossom. Inhale up and exhale, turn. Inhale, center. And exhale, slowly turn to your left. Nice little squeeze. Inhale, center. And relax the arms down. So from here, also working on our fingers and our wrists, we're gonna go ahead and do a couple little digit stretches. So with your hands, I want you to try and just bending your pinky first, and then the ring finger, middle finger, index, and thumb. So if you can do that, I'm gonna get you to try to do them very close together so it looks like they're kind of waving like seaweed. So once you have that, we're gonna now bring it into our wrists. So pinkies all the way down to the thumb, and then we're going to rock the wrist or roll the wrist. So go ahead and try to bring that together. Pinkies and then wrist. So I find a lot of the times if we're not using our hands as often as we'd like, or we are using it too often, we're maybe doing only one motion for them, and it closes off the circulation and it makes everything stiff. So I just want to bring a little bit of attention to our fingers and our wrists here today. And we're going to go ahead and do the opposite hand here. Again, pinky. My left hand doesn't want to listen. Ring finger, middle finger, pointer, thumb. So once you're able to kind of isolate each one, if you can, makes a little bit of willpower there for your fingers to listen. Once you have that, go ahead and start wrist rolling as well. Okay. So all the way in, wrist roll. And if you want a full challenge, you can try to do both hands at the same time. Do one more here. Excellent. So from here, we're going to come into our gate pose. So that's something that I would like to kind of focus on to open up the hip. A lot of times when we're sitting like we are now, everything is closed in and constricted. So to open up this hip, you're going to keep your left knee straight forward and just bring out your right foot to the side. Not too far, but if you're looking at your feet, you're gonna have the left toes on your mat, and then you're gonna turn out your right foot and bring your heel back so that the right toes are also at the very edge of your mat. If you have your hands on your hips, it's still nice and level because you're sitting on your chair, but you've now turned out your right leg, and that should help open up one hip at a time here. Okay. So once we've got our gate pose legs, we're going to go ahead and side stretch here. So go ahead and resting your right hand on your right knee. You're going to inhale the left arm up and stretch to the right. So feeling that stretch through the left side body, and try to peel the shoulder back, nice and open. And you're resting your right hand either on your knee or on your shin. And just breathing here. We're going to be here for 5 breaths. Last breath, you're going to go ahead and inhale yourself up and bring your arm down. Keeping this position, we're going to try to come into our cat-cow. So we're also, not only are we turning our spine right and left, we're going to start arching our spine back and forward to get the circulation in there. So having our hands on our hips, as you inhale, you're going to bring the chest forward, arch back, and lifting your head up to the sky. And exhale, you're gonna pull your navel in and round the back. Look down towards the chair legs. So inhale again to arch the back. And exhale to round the back and shoulders. One more here. Exhale to round. Come into a neutral spine. Bring your right foot in, planted in front of you so that the knees are straight ahead, toes are just onto the edge of your mat. Pull your left foot to the side, opening up that left hip. And from here, we're going to come into our side stretch. So resting our left arm on our knee or on our thigh. We're going to inhale our right arm up and exhale, stretching through to the left. Breathing here for 5 breaths, nice and steady. You can always follow your gaze up towards that right wrist if you'd like. Or you can stay looking down, whichever one is more comfortable for you. Just letting that breath find the right rib cage here. At your last breath, go ahead and inhale that arm up and gently bring it down to your side. From here, cat-cow with gate pose legs. So as we inhale, go ahead and arch backwards, looking up. And exhale, rounding in. Inhale to look up. And exhale, down. We're going to do one more here. Your last breath, come center and gently bring that left leg in. We're going to be working on our ankles and our toes today as well, just because we want to be balanced. We worked on the top. Let's go ahead and work on the bottom. So from here, sitting up nice and tall, you're going to be anchoring into your sit bones. And you're going to go ahead and just start tapping. So bringing our right foot forward. Just tapping the floor here. Do that a couple times. And then start tapping and rolling the ankle. So tap and then rolling out to the side, tap, and then rolling out to the side. We're going to also tap and go the opposite direction. Tap in opposite direction. And then last little bit here, I would like you to write your name with your foot. So if your toes were the pen holding type, you're going to write your first name and your last name here. You can go cursive, you can print. And if you can do that 3 times, excellent. I'll get you to do that, and then we'll do it on the opposite leg. A lot of the times we're wearing closed-toed shoes or maybe shoes that are a little bit too tight, and everything gets locked up and stuck. And we want to keep that mobility in our feet. So we're going to go ahead and do the opposite here. Tapping first, and then rolling, tap to roll, and then we'll do the opposite way. And when you're ready there, go ahead and write your name. Definitely a little bit more difficult on one side than the other, and that's okay. You will always have one dominant side over the other. As long as you are training both sides, it's always nice to keep balance. Okay. So once you got to your 3rd try here, spelling your name, I'm going to get you to bring that foot down. And we're going to come into our first warrior. So warrior 2 is again externally rotating the hips. So I'm going to get you to jump onto the right corner here of your chair, sitting on your left sit bone. I guess we didn't really need the blocks today. Not yet anyways. So you're going to have one leg out to, or left leg out to the side, knees to diagonally to the corner of your mat. Go ahead and push your right leg back. And you can have the toes turned out 60 degrees if you need to. Hands on hips, just making sure everything's level. You're not lifting one too high. And then with your leg alignment, just making sure your front heel is in line with the inner arch of your back foot. So from here, we're going to go ahead and have our arms out like a T to the side. If you look right and left, you should have a nice straight line from fingertip to fingertip. You're going to roll those shoulders back, nice and open chest, warrior 2. So we'll be here, a couple breaths just for our bodies to settle in. And from here, we're going to go into a couple sliding door moves, and that's just going to get the shoulder mobility working. So we're going to start with our exhale, bring both hands together in front. As you inhale, I think it's inhale, yeah. You're going to inhale and swing that door all the way open behind you, and then you're going to exhale and bring them back. Inhale to open, and exhale to close. Inhale to open, exhale to close. We're going to do 2 more here. Inhale and close. Last one, inhale and exhale. From here, you're going to windmill your right arm all the way above you and behind. Relax that hand on your back of the thigh or knee. Rotate your front arm so it's facing the ceiling, and we're going to come into reverse warrior. So inhale, lean back, slide that right arm down into reverse or humble warrior. And we'll be here for 2 more breaths. Exhale, come into warrior 2. And then slowly bring everything in. Excellent. We're going to go ahead and do that on the opposite side here. So right sit bone on the left side of our chair. You're going to bring your right foot out to the side, toes facing the corner of your room. Push that left leg back, making sure that we have that right angulation. So if you need to, have your hands on your hips to level everything out, and then go ahead and look at your feet to make sure you've got front heel to the inner arch here on your back foot. Okay, once we're there, go ahead and inhale the arms up to a T, and we'll stay for a couple breaths to settle the body again. We need to shake it out in the shoulders so we're nice and open. Finding space between the shoulder blades, in the chest. When you're ready, go ahead and bring that left hand all the way forward. And we're going to do 5 sliding doors here. So as you inhale, opening out, and following the breath to close. 1, 2, 3, 4, and last one, 5. Close. Inhale, rainbow arm back all the way up and down behind you. Turning that right hand so it's facing the ceiling, and lift as you lean back into reverse warrior. 2 steady breaths here. Go ahead and inhale back into warrior 2. And then we'll slowly bring everything into the chair. So one last little hip opener. We're going to be in goddess pose. So that is sitting nice and tall on our sit bones and having our knees outwards. Okay. So if you look over, your knees should be bent and aligned over your middle toes. And from here, we're going to start doing a couple little crunches here for the side bodies. We've done a lot of stretching, but we haven't strengthened this little portion here. So you're going to have your hands on your ears or just touching your earlobes, and we're going to start with tapping. So I'm going to lift my right knee and tap the floor. Okay, that's what it should feel like. And lifting the left and tapping the floor and bring it down. So if you can, you don't want to slouch in to lift your legs because that's not using your core. You want to make sure all this is nice and compact in a cylinder, not moving at all, and you're just lifting your right leg and your left leg. So it might be easier if you're holding your rib cage in with your hands, and that's okay. You just want to find how it feels to kind of suck everything in and have it taut as you lift each leg. So this really actually strengthens your core and your hip flexor. So you may feel a lot more strain in your hips because they're working super hard, and that's okay. Because you want that to be working for you. So a lot of the times when you try and you're cutting corners, that's when we start slouching inwards and we're not using anything here to lift our legs. So always try to sit up nice and tall and try to keep everything in this nice little cereal box. No tilting, no slouching, it's just lifting each leg. So from here, now that you know how that feels, we're going to lift and then bring our elbow to our knee. So we have our hands up and we're going to lift, touch the elbow to the knee and come down. Just the right side for now. And we're gonna do that 5 times. It's easier to follow your breath too, so as you exhale, you're going to crunch. And then we'll do the opposite side here. So left elbow, left knee, exhale the crunch. 2, 3, 4, and 5. Go ahead and bring your arms down. Hopefully that kind of worked out our torso here, as well as our hip flexors. You're gonna go ahead and bring your knees in, and we're going to do a standing twist. So this is named after a sage, Marichiasan. And we've got a couple ways to do this. So if available to you and you can get your foot up onto your chair, that's great. You're gonna have the edge of the chair on your right side, have your foot up, and as you inhale, exhale and bring your left hand over your right knee. Inhale again to lengthen and exhale to turn towards the chair. So you can actually hold on to the chair and start twisting. So that's version 1. If that's too high, that's okay. That's when your blocks come in handy. Your version 2, you've got your right foot again on your height, and you're going to inhale, lengthen, and bring the back of your hand over your thigh. As you inhale, nice and lengthen, you're gonna exhale and use that hand to turn yourself towards the back room. Again, you inhale to lengthen and exhale to turn. To finish off that twist, you're gonna look over your right shoulder and stay for a couple breaths. And last one, inhale, and you exhale to turn center. So whichever one was easier for you to get into, I'll get you to do that one more time here on the right side. So inhale, nice and lengthened. Exhale, bring that hand over. You're gonna use your right hand to hold onto the chair, support you. And as you exhale, you're gonna turn again towards the chair. Exhale, twisting the upper portion of your neck towards the back of the room. Last little one, exhale, and you're gonna turn your neck and look over your right shoulder. Staying here for 2 breaths. Inhale to lengthen and exhale to turn. Go ahead and bring your leg down. You're gonna switch using your opposite leg. So you've got your left leg either on your blocks or on your chair. Inhale the arm up, right arm, and then exhale, bring it over. Inhale to lengthen the spine and turn towards your chair. Inhale to lengthen the spine. Now turn the upper portion towards the back of the room. Inhale again. And exhale to look over your left shoulder. Long, steady breaths here as we twist. This massages your inner organs, helping with digestion. Getting the plumpness back into your vertebrae. Inhale to lengthen. And exhale to untwist. So a lot of people will tell you that your spine is kind of like a little towel, and you detox your spine by doing twists, kind of like you're wringing a towel. So we'll do that one more time on the left side. Inhale, right arm up, bring it across the knee. And as we lengthen, we're going to now exhale the twist. Inhale, lengthen, exhale, twist towards the back of the room. Inhale, find a little bit more space, and exhale, look over the left shoulder. Long, steady breath here. Inhale to lengthen, and exhale, come center. Go ahead and gently bring your foot down from the chair, and staying up off the chair, we're going to come into a triangle pose just to lengthen out our hamstrings. So you're going to take a couple steps back away from your chair. And if you can, when you step one foot forward, if you lean forward, you should be able to grab the chair. If you're too close and you're crouching, you're going to need to step a little bit further back. So from that, I guess, space here, 6 feet or so away from your chair, you're going to bring your left foot forward, nice and close to your chair, and making sure your hips are square, facing the chair. Slowly hinging at your hips. You're gonna lean forward and grab onto your chair. Nice straight back, and keeping straight legs right and left, and still squaring the hips here. Think of tucking your left hip inwards and bringing your right hip forward to make sure that the headlights of your hips are nice and level. So you can either rest your hands on the chair seat or hold on to the backing of the chair, whichever is available to you, and you should be able to feel a stretch here through that front leg. We're going to be here for 5 breaths. This is our pyramid pose. And with that last breath, go ahead and push yourself up off of the chair. You're going to turn your back foot out, like so. And you're going to go ahead and now, keeping your hips sturdy here, you're going to reach this hand, left hand, over. So you're trying to hover your hand over the chair. So think of you're wafting some sort of fly away from the top of your chair. Okay, you don't want to be near it, so the rest of your body's staying on this side, but it's just your arm and you're just reaching over there and waving it away. Okay. This is starting of your triangle pose. So your hips are still now facing the camera or the long edge of your mat. You're waving a fly over here, keeping this hip nice and far away, and then you're going to tilt and bring your hand onto the chair. Peel this shoulder or right shoulder back and lift up and high, and you are in triangle pose. So we're still stretching this left leg. You should be able to feel a stretch on the inner thigh here, in the knees, And now we're also increasing that stretch through the right side body. You can turn to look towards the top hand. You can look down towards the chair. But we'll be here for 5 breaths as well. So at your last breath, you're going to bring yourself up off of the seat. And instead of waving that fly, you've now brought your torso back in line with your hips. And go ahead and just walk your feet together. We're going to do the opposite side. So go ahead and bring your right foot forward. And for pyramid pose, your hips are facing the chair. And slowly squaring the hips, bring your right hip in and your left hip forward so that they're nice and straight here. And then slowly hinge at your hip, nice straight back. And then resting your hands either on the top of the chair or along the seat here. 5 long breaths. Are we breathing? Good. Are we smiling? Good. This is yoga. Being present with our body, knowing how it feels. Listening to where it wants to be. At your last breath, you're going to go ahead and unhinge at your hips. And then turn your back leg outwards. Okay. So that means your left toes are out towards the long edge of your mat, and your right toes are facing the chair still. If you have your hands on your hips, you're going to be facing the long edge of the mat, keeping both legs straight. You're going to pull that right hand all the way over, trying to waft whatever's over there. You don't want to be near it, just your hand. Okay? So from there, you should feel that stretch already through that left body. Now tilt like a little teapot, and resting your hand on the chair. You're going to inhale that left arm up. You can either look down towards the chair or turn to look towards the ceiling, whichever is available to you. Stretching here, 5 breaths. Last breath, go ahead and bring yourself up out of triangle, and then walking your feet together. So our last little pose here of standing is our peak pose of the day, and we're going to come into our tree. So standing on the back side here of your chair, so you've got something to steady yourself. You're going to bring your weight, lift the hip onto our left foot, and then gently bringing your right foot either onto the ankle. You can rest it on the calf, on the knee, or having it inside the thigh. Just making sure that the knee is out to the side here. So wherever that foot is, you want to anchor that branch in. Pulling up nice and tall on that supporting leg. And you can have the right hand to center your tree. Gently closing your eyes or finding a drishti point ahead of you that's not moving, you can now balance, focusing on your breath. And if you can, you're going to try and lift your supporting hand off of the chair and bring palms together. We do these supporting poses or standing poses because we want to work the bone and the muscle. We want your body to lay down bone, protecting you from any breaks or falls in the future. We do this for coordination. So just focusing on the breath, coordinating how we're standing on our foot. You may be a swaying tree today, but you're not going to topple over. Just anchor yourself into 4 corners of your feet. And we're going to come down, so gently holding on to our chair here before we topple over. Gently bring that right foot down. And we're going to do the opposite side. So if you are feeling pretty sturdy here on your tree, I'm going to get you to add one more challenge by closing your eyes when you are in your tree pose this time. So go ahead and bring that weight onto the right foot. Bring that left foot, either ankle, calf, knee, or thigh. You can always use your hand to kind of guide it where you need. Once it's pushing into your leg, making sure that knee is out to the side. Finding that you're grounding in all 4 corners of your foot here. Bring hand to center. Find your drishti point here. Maybe it's a little speck on the wall. Maybe it's, I don't know, a crumb on the floor, but something that's not moving so you can focus. Gather the breath, just letting it flow. Anchoring yourself into the mat. When you're ready, you can gently bring your hand or right hand up off of the chair for support. You can balance well, awesome. Just know that you will always have that chair by your side if you need. So nothing to fear here. When you're ready, bringing your hands together, still breathing. If available to you and you can take that challenge, go ahead and gently close your eyes for a couple seconds. It's amazing what happens when you take away one of your senses for your balance. Nice little playful way of tricking your body into working something else with your sight. At your last breath, go ahead, hold on to the chair. And gently bring that left foot down. And you can kind of do a little shake. Excellent. And we're going to come into Savasana, or corpse pose from here. So I'll get you to gently bring yourself back to seated, and you can lean back on your chair here. But this is a moment of just relaxing and letting things go. So we'll guide you through. Leaning on the chair, you're going to rest your hands, palms facing up in a receiving position. So that means you're ready to receive whatever energy we may be sharing with each other today. Gently closing your eyes. And we're going to work from the ground up. So you're going to make sure that the feet are nice and grounded onto the floor, letting the muscles around each toe go, loosening any tension that might be in your ankles and your calves. Letting anything go in the thigh and your hips. Soften the belly. Letting the rib cage go. You're gonna relax your chest and the shoulders. Unclenching your fists, just allowing them to lay there on your thigh. Letting go of any tension in your neck. Unclench the jaw. Relaxing any muscles around your cheeks, maybe unfurrowing your eyebrow. We've relaxed and let go of the body. Gently bring your attention to your breath. And we're not going to control it this time. You just want to have a gentle inflow and outflow of the breath. Think of yourself as inhaling what you need and exhaling out any tension. So for me, it will be inhaling relaxation and exhaling tension. And last here is our thought process. We want to let go of the mind. We want to let go of that brain chatter. So any thoughts here that are roaming around, you want to gently acknowledge that and just put them on a shelf. You'll get back to it later. You can have thoughts. You just don't want to jump on that train of thoughts right now. And if you do notice you are, just without judgment, jump off of that train and come to your breath. Again, inhaling relaxation and exhaling any tension. If it helps, you can also be present with the breath and think about each body part that's attached to your mat or your chair right now. Imagine that there are roots grounding you into the mat through your feet. And the ground and the chair supporting you back. And Savasana is important because it's allowing your nervous system to absorb all the good that you've done for your practice today. And it rejuvenates your mind so you're not constantly on go. So just trying to come to stillness. Letting that brain chatter drain away. And when you're ready, we will guide you out of Savasana. Taking a nice deep inhale in and sighing it out. Wiggle your fingers and toes. Gently blinking your eyes open, letting that light slowly trickle in. And 2, honor our practice with each other, I'll get you to bring your hands nice and high above as you inhale. Exhale what you do not need. Hands together, center. In honor of our practice, thanks for coming. And we'll see you next Thursday. Namaste.